forge au ciel. La meilleure forge de bord de ciel. Et Orlund, le meilleur des forgerons que j'ai jamais connu. Il t'a fabriqué cette armure. Tu as vu comme elle est belle. La tienne commençait à se rouiller un peu, n'est-ce pas? Eh oui. Quant à moi, il m'a fait un nouveau casque. Le mien avait pris trop de coups. Ça te va, Rigmor?
Yeah, why shouldn't I be?
Alors on reprend la route. Maintenant, demain matin, on partira tôt, direction Éperville, pour rejoindre Yingol. Rigmor. C'est l'heure. Faut se lever.
Sure, let's go.
Habillons-nous. Essayons de faire au plus vite.
Manquer de respect à la loi, c'est me manquer de respect à moi.
Voici Éperville. Tu reconnais? Allez, on va voir notre bon Ingol.
As I live and breathe. Guardian. And Rigmor.
Je te salue, Ingol. Ravi de te revoir, mon vieil ami. Tu as bien réussi à ce que je vois.
You could say that. But what about you? How long has it been now? 4 years? Not that I've been counting. And look at you. Countess. A fine young woman now. You have no idea how much it pleases me to see you safe and well, Rigmor. You have warmed an old warrior's heart, truly.
Oh, Ingol! Thank you. But I'm sorry. This isn't just a surprise visit.
No need to explain. You're both fugitives, again, and need my help. Come, let's sit and talk.
Where's Angie and Sorella? How has Sorella been? She must have grown up quite a bit.
She's very good with a bow now. Stormbow. That's what I named her.
Ah, c'est une bonne nouvelle.
Give me.
Don't be sorry. We're trying. Who knows? Maybe one day. But Guardian, what brings you here? And how can I help?
C'est une longue histoire, mon vieil ami. On est mêlé à un sacré merdier.
I heard they besieged Bruma. Been a couple of days now. I sent my old guard to keep an eye on the border. I hear you two have been stirring up a whole hornet's nest over there.
Oui, les nouvelles vont vite à ce que je vois.
One of my men keeps me informed in the details. As soon as I saw you, I guessed you'd need my help. Am I guessing you want to lift the siege?
Rigmor et moi, on va retourner discrètement dans la cité. Mais le problème, c'est que la garnison a besoin d'être renforcée.
We could do that. Just break through the ring. My men are raring to go. They have family there too.
Ah, très bien. Bon, une fois le siège levé, Rigmor et moi devrons voyager jusque dans l'enclume. Et on va retrouver Cassius à Corolle. D'ailleurs, il vous passe le bonjour.
That old goat is still alive.
Au fait, il y a autre chose, Ingol. Vous n'allez pas aimer.
Continue, friend.
On a besoin d'amener Sorella avec nous. Voilà ça.
This I cannot do. You will have my men, and I'll personally lead them if I must. But I will not put Sorella in danger. Angie would never allow it. She would never forgive me if anything happened to her.
Cassius will guide us over the border along the Bruma River to Table Mountain. We need to destroy an artifact, a soul gem. And Sorella needs to come with us. She has to destroy the gem with Zennia's wrath.
Enough! I have welcomed you into my house, but now you crossed the line.
I'm sorry.
I don't like this one bit, but it figures. Sorella has been having dreams. I told her to keep the ring on that you gave her, but she can be stubborn. In the dreams, she fires an arrow to save many children.
Ngol, she will be well protected. Cassius and Quintus's legions will be waiting. That gem holds the souls of all the children that disappeared over 10 years throughout Cyrodiil and Hammerfell, and is the link to Mirag Ball, a witch. It must be destroyed. It's the only way we can win the war.
I don't know.
D'abord, on doit lever le siège. Ça, c'est la priorité.
Do you even have a plan?
Rigmor et moi, on rejoint la garnison. Vous attaquez par l'arrière, nous, on attaque de front.
They will send more, a bigger army to besiege the city.
Bruma can hold out indefinitely. Dragonborn, Sorella, and I will meet Cassius in Coral. Once we are over the mountains, we will meet up with Quintus and assault Table Mountain. We will carve a way through. Sorella will only be allowed to join us when the coast is clear. She only needs to take one shot. That's all.
On détruit la gemme, on tue la reine mère. Ensuite, retour à Bruma à la tête d'une armée.
Angie will take some convincing. I'll talk to Sorella, let her know what's going on. It would be best if just the two of you sneak into Bruma. Avoid the border posts. There's a cave you can enter that'll bring you out on the other side. Bruma will be directly south. I'll mark it on your map. Make your way over the border, and once you're back, I'll attack their flank and we can reinforce the city. Then, I'll bring Sorella with me.
Oui, je crois que je connais cette grotte. Une grotte de contrebandier. Ouais, je l'avais utilisée une fois pour le retour. Merci, mon vieil ami. Et tu sais, si elle a fait ce rêve, ce n'est pas pour rien.
For what? You come here and deliver a blow to my heart. I want you to go. I don't want you to be here when they return. Now go.
Allez, viens, Rigmor. Bon, c'est vrai que c'est un choix difficile pour lui. Mais nous-mêmes n'avions pas l'autre choix que de lui demander ce service.
I will stay with Sorella. I'll protect her.
Ouais, je te fais confiance. Et moi, je vous protégerai toutes les deux. Espérons que Cassius obtienne l'écoute de Quintus. Pas de fâcherie.
I don't even want to think about it.
Apparemment, la grotte est près de Fornéograd. Vous la connaissez? C'est très clair. Venez, suivez-moi.
Lead the way.
Lui là. Attention! Regarde, Rigmor. Un espion. Un espion de Molag. C'est un vampire, lui aussi. On va laisser le cheval ici. Bon, crade. J'y ai mené une belle bataille ici. Mieux vaut ne pas nous laisser repérer. Par ici. Par ici. Putain, ça grimpe. Oh putain. J'espère que c'est pas par ce tombeau qu'il va falloir passer. Rigmor! Dépêche-toi! Pas toute la journée non plus. Oh putain, ça grimpe. Et aussi voilà. Elle est encore à la traîne. Rigmor! Où elle est encore? Bon, te voilà. Bon, c'est ici. Je pense que c'est ici. Tu restes en alerte et proche de moi, comme d'habitude. Hein?
You go first.
Pourquoi je savais que tu allais dire ça?
Hey, I got your back, okay?
Ça marche. Allez, on y va.
I hate caves.
En tout cas, elle est plutôt bien éclairée, cette grotte. Pas plus mal. Ouais, ça me rappelle la grotte qu'empruntaient les contrebandiers. Ouais, c'est bien ça. Ah,
Dragonborn, look. These blocks look alien.
oui, sans aucun doute. Ouais.
By the gods.
Mind where you're treading. One wrong step.
Ouais. C'est plutôt profond.
It looks like treasure hunters have been this way.
Contrebandier ou chasseur de trésors. Qu'est-ce que tu fous? Tu connais cet endroit ou quoi?
I know Will.
Ah bon?
Luna and I used to come here when we were kids. We were in Real. Come on, let's take a knee. Get a fire going. It's one of the many Ayleid ruins that are all over Cyrodiil. The Ayleid were an ancient race of elves. Their empire was vast, and their influence reached out to most of the regions in Tamriel. You'll also find their ruins in High Rock, Hammerfell. The Imperial City was built by the Ayleids in the height of their power. Until
Voilà. Petit sort magique. Ah. Marc, tu as raison, ça fait du bien de faire une pause. Cette grimpette m'a un peu fatigué quand même. J'ai quand même 40 ans, moi. Je ne suis plus très jeune. Bon, reprenons. Qu'est-ce que tu disais? Jusqu'à ce que Alessia, quoi?
let a slave army against them and form the Imperial Empire out of the ashes.
Comment tu sais tout ça, toi?
Hey, I read books, you know. Plus, Briathov is a great scholar and wealth of knowledge on these things. Have you ever seen something like this before?
Oui. Oui. Récemment, j'ai visité un de ces labyrinthes avec le Minotaure. Et puis, honnêtement, quand j'ai cherché l'épée de mon ancêtre, celle que j'ai à la taille en ce moment, eh bien, je l'ai trouvée dans une ruine comme ça, une ruine Aléide. Voilà, même s'il n'y en a pas beaucoup à bord de ciel. Je dirais même qu'il n'y en a pas du tout à bord de ciel. Nous, c'est plutôt les ruines d'Oemer.
You need to go beyond Skyrim. You won't find any in Morrowind either.
Alors, comment tu sais que c'est réel?
I remember because one of those stone blocks fell on my foot, and Luna had to go fetch my dad. He had to carry me all the way home. I wanted to cry because it hurt so bad, but he scolded me. Cry and I'll give you something to cry about. He was so angry with me.
C'est bien l'éducation nordique, ça.
To enter these ruins because they're so dangerous. Well, they were back then, but most of them have been cleared out by treasure hunters.
Et ton père, il t'a déjà donné une raison de pleurer? À la nordique?
No, never. He didn't need to. I feared and respected him at the same time. I mean, he was my dad, right? It was just after that time he made my first wooden sword. I remember he said, "Rigmor, the world is a dangerous place, and I might not always be here for you. You must learn to take care of yourself." Something like that.
You know, it's quite cozy in here. Maybe we should stay the night.
Ouais. Mais je ne sais pas si on a le temps. Je pense qu'il vaut mieux continuer.
The exit's up ahead.
Allez, c'est parti. Nous y voici. Rigmor, est-ce qu'il y a moyen de rentrer discrètement dans Bruma?
Well, the sewer outlet? It comes out west. We might be able to enter there. It leads directly to the keep. You really wouldn't see it if you weren't looking.
D'accord, on va essayer ça.
Down that way, Dragonborn. Toward the road.
Ouais, parce que je connaissais un endroit, moi. Il y avait un repère de brigands sous la ville, mais ils l'ont condamné après que j'ai tué tous ces brigands. Bien. Donc, par les égouts. Ça m'enchante pas des masses, mais bon. Faut savoir faire des sacrifices de temps en temps.
Je vous préviens, reculez!
Merde, un campement.
N'approchez pas davantage.
Du calme, l'ami. On n'est pas là pour vous faire de causer du tort.
Yeah, yeah, come on!
C'était des soldats. Des soldats de Leyawin. Putain, ils doivent être partout dans la région. C'était des éclaireurs, ça.
They're only blockading the east side because of the ridge. If they want to starve us out, they need to stop supplies to Bruma from Skyrim. Those troops must have been patrolling the route to Applewatch. The outlet is just ahead.
Oui, je connais Garde-Paume. Là, c'est ici. Ah. Enfin. Bon, t'es prête à aller patauger dans la pisse et dans la merde de tes sujets? Oh, ça va, fais pas la gueule. Oh là là.
Go on, up ahead. Up here, Dragon. You go first. Come left.
Ah putain, un putain de piège. Heureusement que j'avais ma jambière. Bah oui, mais... on voit pas grand chose là-dedans. Bon, faut grimper où là? Tu m'as dit qu'il fallait grimper. Bon, eh bien, je vais te faire la courte échelle. On va passer par là. Allez, grimpe sur mes épaules.
What the hell is going on?
Ah, c'est ici qu'on se retrouve. Ah, d'accord. Directement dans le château. Ah, bah ça, j'aurais pas cru. Finalement, ils étaient pas si crades. Tu viens? Ah, voilà tout le monde. Ça va?
Mom!
Oh, the gods have looked down on us today. Oh, my baby girl. What have they done to you? Dragonborn, how can I ever thank you?
Come on, Mom.
Oh, c'est
Let's
rien.
sit down.
Normal.
Everything's going to be all right.
Guardian, I take it you were not seen entering the city?
We got in through the sewers. I don't think they saw us.
Bien. Bon.
Ah.
Alors, Malsam, faites-moi un petit rapport de la situation.
2 days ago, Robert de Medalius arrived under a white flag of parley.
D'accord.
Bastard.
He demanded we surrender the city. When we refused, he cut off our lifeline to Skyrim and has sat there since, and has begun constructing trebuchets to assault the city and a log ram to force open the gates. We assumed you had survived and rescued Rigmor, and they were now enacting exactly what I had expected. Initially, we expected the worst. Keris?
Robert said that you had perished in the fire, but luckily Rigmor had already sailed for exile. That he was going to speak to the Emperor and implore that he'd be allowed to marry her, that his love was still true.
Yeah, right.
Morak Sethius called for calm, and she would get down to the bottom of the reasons for the fire. And it was a sad day that so many lost their lives. She hasn't been seen for 2 days.
We fear she may have left for Table Mountain. Sethri informed us of everything, so now we know the truth. Have you spoken to him? He was coming to find you.
Oui, Frétoff. Nous sommes tous au courant de ce qui est arrivé.
What a wretched world it has become. But apart from what Sethri told us, we have been cut off from the world awaiting the worst.
Ingol is going to mount an attack soon. We can sally forth and destroy the trebuchets. I would advise taking control of the road into Cyrodiil. We can defend it from the heights. The mountains behind our backs are impassable and offer us natural protection. Once we gain control of the road, any attempt to take the high ground would funnel their troops into a withering fire from our archers.
Ah,
It would
c'est un
also
bon
give
plan,
us time
ça.
to reinforce the city and temporarily open a trade route with our Nord friends in Skyrim. We can fill our stores for a long siege if we have to. Then we... Dragonborn?
Écoute, ton plan m'a l'air excellent. Continue. Tu fais du très bon boulot, comtesse.
I'm sorry. I didn't know my place.
And it is so. Your place at the helm of your citizens.
Please continue, my child. We are all so very proud of you.
Then... we hold them off as long as we can until Leyawin brings his main force to bear. This time we are many. Ingol and his veterans will be amongst us. He could direct small groups of resistance fighters in the mountains behind the enemy. It would make it impossible for Leyawin to assault the city by conventional means, and he would have to starve us out with a long siege of attrition.
I take it you have spoken to Ingol about...
When Ingol arrives, he will have Sorella with him. And the city as secure as it can be, under our garrison with Captain Grimbold. The Dragonborn and I will escort Sorella to Coral, where we will meet up with Cassius.
Ah, Cassius Varon. I do love it when things appear to be coming together. I like reunions.
Cassius will guide us over the Colovian highlands and mountain passes into Hammerfell. With luck, he will have already secured the support of Quintus and his legion. We take Table Mountain, destroy the Bridge of Sighs, and that bitch is history.
Quintus will then march his army back down the Gold Road to the Imperial City.
I don't know. Hopefully, yes.
Leyawin would be forced to lift the siege of Bruma, or risk splitting his force to protect the citadel. Depending on the circumstances, we would need to decide what to do next. Then...
Bien.
Ah...
Ça dépend aussi des alliés de l'empereur, auprès des maisons nobles.
Yes, who would join him, and who would abstain? So many scenarios. It all depends on Quintus.
Exact.
How quickly he can move from Anvil to Skingrad, gaining momentum to place his army outside Coral.
Si on peut obtenir le support des comtés de l'Ouest, voire même leur neutralité...
It has been known for an army to just sit and do nothing on the battlefield.
If Cheydinhal and Breville side with Leyawin, we'll have problems. He could have his forces, effectively keeping Bruma in check, and still mount a three-pronged pincer attack from the three fronts on Quintus's army. We would be defeated. Maybe the best way forward, if we of course get this far, would be to relieve Bruma, attack Leyawin's army directly from the south, having Gol sally forth on the flank and crush the army.
Leyawin will move, my child. He will sit on the banks of Lake Rigmor guarding the citadel. He will wait for Cheydinhal and Breville to reinforce his army and strike. The odds would overwhelm us all. The best you could hope for would be to relieve Bruma with Quintus' army and force a stalemate.
Bear in mind, any peace deal would only last as long as it takes the Emperor to bring Coral, Anvil, and Skingrad back into the fold. There really isn't any other way than to fight, to the bitter end.
Dragonborn?
Oui. Ouais. On passera cette étape quand elle arrivera. Mais pour l'instant...
Yes, of course. We must focus on the task at hand.
Exact.
If you would excuse me, Lady Rigmor. Lady Sigun, I need to go and check on the defenses.
Of course.
These really are dark times we are living in. I think I will retire. I bid you good night.
I must apologize, Dragonborn. I'm so tired and must retire.
Je vous en prie. Allez vous reposer. Oui. Il a dit aussi que vous auriez d'autres informations utiles.
Ah, yes. Please allow me to explain. I have spoken with my mistress. She is very interested in our endeavors to thwart Morag Cepheus, or, should I say, Morag Baal. So much so, she has taken it upon herself to become directly involved, if needs must.
Comment ça, Malsam?
Let's just say it's personal. If a rift is caused long enough for a certain Daedra to appear in person, then things are going to get very bad, very quickly. Not only for you, but for all of Tamriel.
Tamriel n'a pas vraiment le temps de se reposer, n'est-ce pas?
No. So she has instructed me to give you this. Behold, Dragonborn, the Eye of Boethia.
Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça? C'est quoi ce truc?
The Eye of Boethia.
L'œil de Boétia?
But listen carefully, very carefully. Once in your possession, it allows you to summon Boethia to your calling, but only if you are within a rift between Oblivion and the mortal world, and another Daedra is present.
D'accord.
If Molag Bal enters the rift, you must use the spell. Boethia will fight Molag Bal to the death. Actually, it's an everlasting battle that can never end until...
Eh ben, ça risque d'être spectaculaire. Poursuivez.
Until you strike either one of the Daedra with this.
Une masse. D'accord. Et ensuite...
Boethia is very fond of you, Guardian, and Rigmor. You are, after all, her champion, but it's Molag Bal she wants. There always has to be something ulterior for her to become involved on such a personal level.
Présentez-lui mes respects.
You may well find that you can do it yourself. Soon. But let's hope it doesn't come to that. And I, too, need my beauty sleep. Oh, and Guardian, inform Captain Grimbold to sound the bells once Ingol starts his attack. There isn't much we can do until then, so please feel free to make yourself at home. You deserve at least to relax and rest while you still can. Come, Caris.
Eh bien, va falloir se préparer pour la bataille qui nous attend. N'est-ce pas, ma petite Rigmor? En tout cas, je suis très fier de toi, Rigmor. Tu es devenue une vraie comtesse. Ta tactique était bonne tout à l'heure. Excellente, même.
Well, I'm trying. It's not easy.
Personne n'a dit que ça serait facile, tu sais.
Thank you, Dragonborn.
Bon, et maintenant, qu'est-ce qu'on fait? On va se coucher?
Hey, wanna go grab a beer? You might not get another chance. Did you visit the Tabantak yet?
Oui. Mais ils ne t'ont pas jeté dehors récemment?
The Countess of Bruma does not get barred, okay?
La guilde des guerriers. Le capitaine m'en a parlé. On pourrait demander leur aide pour le siège. Ce serait effectivement pas une mauvaise idée. N'est-ce pas, Rigmor? Allons-y, avant d'aller boire notre bière.
Countess, it's an honor to receive you here at the guild. Please, let me introduce myself. Sir Gregor, spokesman for the knights in residence here. How can we be of service?
Thank you, Sir Gregor. As you know, our city is under siege. The Dragonborn and myself are here to ask you, all of you, for your help in the battle that is to come.
As you know, the guild is nowadays a refuge for homeless veterans and lordless wanderers. Some of us here consider ourselves retired, and although well mastered in the art of combat, might be a little rusty and wary to run headlong into battle, especially against such odds.
I like the odds.
Thank you, Tish.
Dragonborn?
Messire Grégor, on a besoin de tous ceux aptes à se battre. Votre présence apporterait un regain de morale parmi les hommes.
If only Ariel Cepheus had not run the major skill out of Cyrodiil.
De l'aide va nous arriver aussi pour attaquer leur flanc.
So, a simultaneous strike. The flank is attacked and we sally forth.
C'est ça. C'est exactement ça, oui.
And who is leading the reinforcements?
Ingol, tempête de l'âme, et ses volontaires nordiques.
Aha!
C'est un ami.
I know of this man, a formidable field commander.
Ça donnera aussi de l'espoir aux gens.
Hope?
The citizens, all non-combatants and children, would be sheltered in the cathedral once the bells toll. That's the signal that Ingol has arrived and begun his attack. We hope that will give them sanctuary and safety before the battle begins. And pray to the gods they don't fire their trebuchets on all gathered there. The mustering point will be at the main gate.
But please, how thoughtless of me. Join us at our table. Let us introduce ourselves. Help yourselves to refreshments. We brew our own wine. Please, try some. I am from the West Weald initially. My father owned one of the largest vineyards south of Skengrad. His father before him was one of the last knights of the Nine. I entered the service of the Count of Karl after Lady Anna of Skengrad married Karl's eldest son. When Ariel Cepheus marched his army towards the imperial city after the sacking of Leyawin. Skengrad and Karl marched down the Green Road to join with the Bravel's forces who were waiting for Cepheus at Fort Nomor. It was a brilliant strategic position, as we also held the bridge on the west side of the Nibben Bay to the citadel. Cepheus made camp below us, and for 2 days there was a stalemate, and we prepared ourselves for a decisive battle. The following morning, they were gone. Cepheus had taken his army into elsewhere and went around us. By the time we had marched back to Bravel, the imperial city was lost. Skengrad and Bravel wanted to push onward, but Karl, he wanted to protect his wealth and assets, and with Shadenhall struck a deal with Cepheus. I could not continue in the service. It was a matter of honor. I heard that Bruma was still holding out, and had declared itself a free city, so I made my way here. Sadly, the old guild had been long boarded up. The Mage's Guild too. After an order from Lady Cyrodiil, allowed me to reopen the guild as a hostel or free house for veterans and lordless knights. Anyway, enough about me. Let me introduce you to our members. Sir Bersilac of the Green. Sir Aemond, or Riyadh.
Amon Vynar,
Enchanté à tous les deux.
knight and former servant of the Lord of Rihad, who died during the March of Thirst after the city fell to Aranelia. I spent many years wandering the land for coin for my services. Finally retiring here in Bruma, as it would be dishonorable for me to return home.
And, not forgetting a newest member, Tish the Blade.
I'll fight. I was born to fight.
Enchanté.
Just point me in their direction.
Thank you, Tish.
Ça, c'est
You know the
bien une
rules.
orque.
All members must agree.
Gah. By the time you come to some agreement, the fuckers will be inside our walls already. You have my sword, Countess Rigmor, for having the balls to stand and fight. It would be an honor to fight under your banner. Won't it be? Yeah. Hurrah! Kill me! Kill! Kill! Go on, baby, go on!
Eh ben dites donc, il est en forme celui-là.
Kill! Kill those motherfuckers! I fucking love that guy.
Très bien.
You'll have our answer by tomorrow.
J'espère que votre ami ne se contentera pas de casser le mobilier, mais qu'il brisera plutôt les crânes de nos ennemis. Ce serait beaucoup plus utile. En tout cas, merci de nous avoir écoutés. On y va, Rigmor. Capitaine, la guilde nous donnera sa réponse demain.
Feel it?
Sentir quoi? Qu'est-ce qu'il y a, capitaine?
I'm not sure. The fog is closing in, and I've got a funny feeling something is about to. Tinderbox ready to explode.
Qu'est-ce qu'il y a?
We're under attack. They've brought up a catapult. Guardian, the gate. Defend the gate.
Voilà. On peut nous bombarder. Faudrait la détruire. Cette saloperie.
Ouais.
Capitaine Grimbold, quelle est la situation?
The gate is damaged. Nothing we can't fix. Several dead. Thank the gods we managed to repel their attack.
Pourquoi ils n'ont pas tout donné? Moi je l'aurais fait en tout cas.
Robert must have been testing our resolve and defenses. The gods help us if they get those trebuchets built before Ingol arrives.
Nettoyez ce bordel et informez Dame Sigun que tout est sous contrôle.
Yes, sir. Okay, you heard the general. Look lively. Put out that fire, reinforce the barricade, and get that gate fixed. Move it!
You bet, girlie. I haven't had so much fun since a guy broke a bottle over B's head in a bar fight north of the border.
What the hell happened?
Me and B had been dungeon crawling, looking for Dwemer treasure. Man, we could hardly carry it all. So we sold most of it in Whiterun and headed for the Bannered Mare. Thought it would be safe, seeing Whiterun is full of sweets. B got so shit-faced, he dropped his sack of gold on the floor, splitting the sides. And as he bent down to gather his coin, some asshole hit him over the head with a heavy wine bottle. Man, boy oh boy.
You killed them all?
Nah, don't get me wrong. B's a crazy fuck. Let's just say we won't be going back there anytime soon.
With the guild on our side, how could we possibly lose?
We're gonna take the vote later, but hey, you didn't do too bad yourself. And if we do win, it'll be because of this guy. Hey, Dragonborn?
The Dragonborn and I are gonna grab a beer. Wanna join us?
I can't. I gotta go take care of B. But for sure, another time.
Ouais. Tout ça, ça m'a donné soif, tiens. Allons boire un coup.
Over here.
Hey, Colin. Don't worry. I'm not here to cause any trouble.
We all heard about the trial. I see you have found Rigmor and brought her home, friend.
This is the... my guardian. My knight in shining armor.
Well, this is a cause for celebration. Go sit down. I'll bring some drinks over. On the house.
Thanks, Colin. Come on, Dragonborn. Let's sit over there.
Here you go. On me.
Merci. Ah, de l'hydromel. Longtemps que je n'avais pas bu de l'hydromel ronce noir. Alors, tu as dit que tu avais des choses à déballer. Je t'écoute.
You know, there has to be another way.
Un autre moyen?
All this prophecy crap. The chosen queen of Tamriel. I mean, come on. Dragonborn, I'm not even imperial. Both my parents were full-blooded Nords. Do you honestly think the nobility would even consider it?
Bah, de sang pur, il y a du colovien en toi quand même.
So everyone keeps reminding me. And now we face insurmountable odds. Again.
Mais on tient les hauteurs et on a des renforts en chemin. Couper la tête du serpent.
But this isn't a serpent. It's a monster. Born of a monster. Even if we can defeat her, there's still Cepheus. His Leyawin-backed army. 6 legions, Dragonborn. Not forgetting Blackwell's grip on the nobility. They fear him, and not without good reason.
Noirpuis fait le jeu du trône impérial. Peu importe qui s'y trouve assis.
Well, remind me not to run my sword through his guts, because if I ever get the chance...
Noirfuit n'est pas le vrai ennemi ici, Rigmor. En fait, je crois même qu'il t'apprécie.
Yeah, right.
C'est vrai. Il pourrait être un ami puissant si jamais vous... Enfin, tu...
Not gonna happen. I know what you're suggesting. I could never be that person. I just don't have what it takes. The gods are just going to have to come up with a plan B.
Tu ne veux toujours pas devenir cette fille. C'est peut-être ce qu'il faut pour apporter une nouvelle ère de paix et de prospérité.
That's not fair, Dragonborn. I only want to do what's right for Cyrodiil. Kill that monster. Because Cepheus is not the problem here. He's just another pawn. Another fool in the big scheme of things. I'm quite happy to do a deal if the opportunity arises, so we can all just go back to normal.
Qu'est-ce qui est normal? Il est Leyawin et Bobby.
Maybe he's just under her spell, like all of them. I know Bobby. He's not a bad person. Not really.
Enfin, ce n'est qu'un Rigmor, crois-moi. Ce n'est qu'un sale ambitieux, un arriviste. Il est mauvais. Il ne cherche qu'à se mettre en avant.
How do you know? You've only been here for 5 minutes. I've known Bobby for over a year now. He has always shown me respect and listened to my ramblings with good heart and kindness.
Avant chaque bataille, il faut toujours prier les dieux, Rigmor. C'est très important. C'est le moment. Rigmor. Ingold doit être arrivé.
Captain Grimbold, prepare to sally forth. We need to destroy the trebuchets and the gate ram, and help reinforce Ingol's men.
Yes, my lady. All right, you heard the Countess. Look lively.
Now is our time. If we lose this city, we stand to lose everything. Our allies from Skyrim have come to our aid in our time of need. Let us not waste this moment. Time to push the enemy back into the valley, where they belong. For we are Bruma!
Bien parlé.
Je peux vous aider?
Are we ready?
Allez, on y va. va saigner. Je vois que la guilde des guerriers et des vétérans se sont joints à nous. Une bonne chose. Trébucher. Je savais qu'il fallait les démolir la nuit dernière.
Follow me to victory.
Dégommez-moi cet enfoiré!
croyez que j'ai peur de vous?
Je ne peux pas lutter. Ah, assez.
Bon sang, où est le centurion?
Captain Grimbold, get the men to help reinforce the heights. Build overhanging stockades, and place the archers behind them. Let's get some wooden stakes on the road. We need to make a barricade.
Go back to the rear and bring the supply wagons. We'll be here as long as it takes. Get the wounded into the castle and bury the fallen.
Ah tiens. Alors, Bobby. Petit merdeux. Ingol, vous avez capturé le fils de Leyawin. Tu réalises ce que ça veut dire?
Yeah, caught this scum-sucker cowering behind some rocks away from the fighting.
Bobby! You bastard!
Rigmor, no!
I'm gonna kill him!
Rigmor!
Go on, you little shit! Do your worst! You little gobshite! My father will piss on the lot of you peasants! I am nobility! How long do you think it will take for the houses of Cyrodiil to unite if you kill me? They will descend on this pox-ridden shithole, and all that will be left of Bruma will be a blot! A nasty black smudge, just like fucking Kvatch.
Jamais ferme sa gueule celui-là.
Yeah! I dare you!
Sarah Bear as a hostage gives you an edge, and gives us time. I suggest you let these others go, so word gets to them.
À toi de voir.
Have him taken to the prison. I want him guarded around the clock.
T'as de la chance, petit merdeux. Je t'aurais bien taillé en pièces. Profite bien, va. Bon, tu as pris la bonne décision, Rigmor. C'est un coup de chance. Leyawin n'osera plus nous attaquer maintenant.
I'm not stupid, you know? I understand what's going on here.
Guardian's right. Leyawin will send his army in the valley. We hold the upper hand now.
Okay. The others go.
Okay, you skeever spawn, you heard the Countess. All ass. And make sure to tell them we have Sarah Bear as a hostage.
Ingol, did you bring Sorella?
She's coming. Now we have secured the border and hold the heights, it's safe for her. She'll join us shortly. Grom is with her.
No way! Rom is Bobby's bodyguard?
Grom barely escaped with his life. When Sarah Bear was given command of the besieging forces and made general, he wanted to cut any loose ties to you. That included Grom and his little friend. You were friendly with them both, right?
Of course. But how do you know Grom?
Grom's one of mine. He's also an old friend of your father's. Tiny works for Malasem.
You've both been spying on me? All this time?
Rigmor. That old Khajiit or Bendar or whatever the hell his name is, wanted it that way once he knew about Robert. He rightfully didn't trust them one bit. Consider them chaperones.
I don't believe it.
Malasem, he wanted to make sure you were safe, as do we all. As for me, you're like a daughter to me. We have to look out for each other, right? You're special.
Ah! Okay, I just want to drop it right now. If I hear any more about how special I am, Or any more revelations about hidden secret bodyguards, prophecies, or any shit of that kind.
Prophecies? I never mentioned any prophecy.
Bon, alors, que je t'explique. Oui, Rigmor serait l'élu.
The chosen one?
Ugh, I swear! You two... Can we just get back to the castle, okay? We can plan our next move there. Ugh!
The chosen one is an old wives' tale made up by drunkards and dreamers. Don't let that old rubbish get inside her head, Guardian. She needs to focus.
Ouais, j'espère que tu as raison. Attends, Ingol. Je crois qu'il y a quelque chose. Ingol. Tu sais... Tu n'as pas vu ce que j'ai vu.
Guardian, it's dangerous, but if it bothers you, you need to ask someone who's an expert on these things. Know anybody?
Je pourrais demander à Fretof. C'est un érudit. Il connaît tout ce qu'il y a à savoir sur l'histoire de Tamriel.
There you go. Ask him free. From that guy. I'm sure there's more to this yarn. Anything that sounds too good to be true usually is. There's always a catch.
De bord de ciel, combattons sans répit, jusqu'à ce que Sovngarde nous accueille en sa nuit. C'est notre terre et nous la guérirons de la peste qui rongea nos rêves et nos passions.
Nous avons remporté, certes, une belle bataille. Mais, autant que je sache, pas encore gagné la guerre.
Gloire à Ulfric, gloire à toi, ô roi, en ton illustre honneur, buvons, chantons pour toi. Nous fils de bord de ciel, combattons sans répit, jusqu'à ce que Sovngarde nous accueille en sa nuit. Aux jours à venir, à ceux qui ne sont plus, le temps des oppresseurs est bientôt révolu.